A few weeks ago, I hosted the first ever Scriptline Game Jam, and overall, the jam was a massive success. 50 people joined and we ended with 18 games submitted, which is honestly crazy. In this video, I will be showcasing the 10 best games of the jam, as well as giving a short post-mortem on the entire experience running the competition. So let's get into the game showcase. I will be showcasing 10 of the jam's 18 games in no particular order, and then be giving some extra credit to the jam's top 3. If you're not interested in the game showcase and just want to hear my post-mortem on running the jam, then you can skip to the timestamp which will be on the screen now. Starting off, we have Slime Shooter by the Tiger Cat. Slime Shooter is a top-down shooter where you are a slime and you must use your futuristic weapon to kill the turrets and collect hearts along the way. The art and sound design were great, and I would have liked to see a bit of a stronger connection to the theme. There were also a few tiny details I would have liked to have seen, for example a different animation when switching between idle and moving states, but all in all, really solid entry. Next up, we have Totally Not Roomba by Roogboy, and this game has a really cool mechanic. Essentially, you are placed in a room surrounded by Roombas, which you must shoot with your laser, and then for 5 seconds those lasers will be bouncing around the room, and you must avoid them. This is so cool because your weapon essentially becomes your enemy. The difficulty became a little too difficult for me, but that's not really your fault, I just have a tendency to be bad at video games. Fix the UFO was submitted by Robo Machello. In this game, you must complete various tasks around your UFO in order to fix it. The game has really cool graphics and the sound effects really made me feel like I was on a real spaceship. The game did however feel a little bit short and I would have liked to see maybe a few more tasks for you to complete around the ship. Other than that, really good work. Gamera's Binding Time Odyssey was submitted by DevNugget. It's a story-based game where you must travel to the future to find a weapon to kill a beast. I really love how well the game fits into the theme. I was a little confused when I read that the game was based in the year 1266. But I quickly realized that if anything, this made the game have an even stronger connection to the theme. The music and sounds were also great. If I could make one suggestion, it would have been to add a little more polish in areas such as the fight with the beast. But other than that, really amazing entry. Next is Voidventure by Namine. In this game, you play in the void with your character, who has a machine gun and a jetpack. The movement, jetpack, and shooting in this game all feel very polished, and there are some small details that I can really appreciate, such as the small X that will show you where you're going to land with the jetpack. With some really nice sound effects and music as well, this was a great entry. Keep up the good work. The Fifth Floor by Return to This Era is another game that fits with the theme really nicely. Essentially, it's a sci-fi puzzle game where you must recover resources from a ship. The opening music was really awesome, but I felt there was a little too much text. Also, this is probably just me, but I found the controls a tiny bit confusing. Other than that, this is a really cool game and I love the concept. Bootstrap Wars by Gabriel Galam and Riku MC, I'm really sorry if I butchered those names, is an amazing looking voxel game with really cool music. The aim of the game is to destroy the enemy portals by placing down troops. Unfortunately, the tutorial was a little unclear on how to play the game, and I ended up getting pretty confused trying to work it out. I would love to see this game revisited, but with a slightly more approachable control scheme for beginners like me. Futuristica, made by Danix, Cthethan, and METGaming, is a 2D pixel art rhythm game, and wow, this game is really fun, and I cannot believe it was only made in a week. It's super polished with 4 different soundtracks for the 4 different levels, all with varying levels of challenge. Overall, this game turned out great. Well done to the team who made it, and I would love to see this being turned into a full release. Power Within, made by Kitsun, is a very impressive 2D platformer with awesome pixel art graphics. The game has a great soundtrack and tons of replayability through the means of a speedrun timer and different achievements you can receive depending on the manner in which you beat a level. Essentially, you must make use of your ability to switch between 6 different characters, all with special abilities in order to complete the level. There is a lot of polish from sound effects when choosing a character. Even the color palette of the level changes depending on your character choice. Overall, amazing job. And last but not least, we have Metal Blade Chord Demo, made by Just Another Game. It's an action-packed top-down shooter where you play as a tank, destroying absolutely everything around you. The game is very polished, with music and sound effects that really sell the atmosphere. Despite the fact that I felt the connection to the theme was a little lacking, it was a nice entry. Okay, so that was our top 10, and now it is time to give credit to the jam's top 3. For each participant, I will leave a link to their itch page below their name and in the description. Please go check out their work. So in third place, we have Futuristica. In second place, we have Power Within. And last but not least, the winner of the first scriptline jam is Voidventure. So congratulations to all the members of the top 3. All these games were extremely polished and well made, and all of the people who made these games as itch pages are on the screen now. Please go show them some support. So with the showcase over, I would like to quickly go over some points and tips I learned from this jam that will hopefully benefit anyone out there who is looking to host a jam of their own. First things first, organization is key. While from an outsider's perspective, the jam might have looked well organized, the reality was that from an organization perspective, the entire thing was a bit of a shambles. The biggest example of this was the fact that the theme was changed on the day that the jam was due to start. I had an idea for the theme, then halfway through making the premiere video, I thought of a better theme and changed it to that. There were also a few mistakes I made with the rules. For example, I didn't check the box that would stop people from updating their game during the rating period, so people were free to update their games while rating was still happening. I also didn't handle late submissions that well, all because of lack of organization. So if you want to host a game jam, before doing anything, spend some time finalizing everything. The theme, the rules, make sure you cover everything. Another small tip I would like to give is to make sure that the artwork for your jam page is appealing. When a person is looking for the next jam they want to participate in, they will definitely be influenced by the first impressions of the jam page. And I definitely cannot take credit for the amazing artwork for the scriptline jam, since all of it was made by my good friend DevNugget. So DevNugget, thank you so much for helping me out here. This page wouldn't have looked nearly as cool as it did if I was the one doing the artwork. DevNugget also has a YouTube channel which is getting close to 600 subscribers, so please go subscribe. The last tip that I would like to give you is promotion is key. Here you can see the rate of people joining the jam before and after I made my video about it. I also set up some channels on my Discord server, which by the way you should totally join, where you could come specifically to talk about the scriptline jam, which really helped people get excited for the event. Before we end, I would like to say thank you to Kitsun for being a server booster on the Discord. An extra special thank you to DavisFam and Robo Michello for the support on Patreon, and an extra special thank you to Steve of Steves for the awesome support on Ko-Fi. Okay guys, that's pretty much it from me today. Thanks everyone so much for making Scriptline Jam such a massive success, and I'll see you all next time.